What's up, everybody? PJ Braun here, president of Blackstone Labs, standing with who you may know as the Not So Little Mermaid. But do you want to tell everybody what your real name is?
Yeah, my name is Alexis Balliet.
And so Alexis is fresh off of her first wellness competition at the Arnold, and it was a very stacked up lineup. Did you get your final placing?
Yeah, 10th.
So 10th place. So without getting into like a whole like what I feel about the show, because the show was for the most part judged really well, and wellness I think for the next couple of years is going to be getting bigger and bigger, and I think we're going to see a lot of different judges. I do agree with the winners in each class, and I also do not think that she should have won. However, I actually, from watching very closely, would have had her somewhere around 4th or 5th. So I didn't understand the second call out. Based on where she was in the second call out, I thought that she was clearly the best in the second call out. Now, one thing that I want to make, I think that it's important to put out, and a lot of people want to ask me sometimes why I do this, is that Alexis is a lifetime natural competitor. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, they don't believe when people say that anyway. We went through all this with Keon, who is not natural anymore. And to me, the reason that I highlight that is because in the NBC and IFBB, you see that so seldom, that when somebody truly is, and that is their choice to go that way, and I support either side, when they do the work that presents a look that's that impressive, I personally feel that it should be highlighted, because so many people are not doing it like that. And again, I support both sides. And it was her personal decision, and as her coach, I supported her decision, and we went all at it with just Blackstone Lab supplements.
Yep.
And it wasn't about trying to sell Blackstone Lab supplements. It was just to get her to be the best that she could possibly be. And if you look on my page, or if you look on her page, you can see the stage photos of how amazing she was. And people were really, really impressed. Awesome job by Jennifer Strobo to help with the presentation. Suit was great. Who did the suit? Was it Angel? Great job for Angel on the suit. And V, the makeup artist.
Oh my goodness,
makeup was beautiful.
Pro-tan.
Yes, pro-tan. Everyone did a fantastic job, and I couldn't be happier. I know Alexis is happy. Obviously, when you put all that time into training, you know, you want to win.
Yep.
But as far as what her physique did, I couldn't be happier, especially if you look at old bikini photos of her versus now in wellness, how much muscle she put on everywhere. Also how balanced she was overall was super, super impressive. So today we're gonna do shoulders.
Yep.
And we're gonna call this wellness shoulders. And I think that many people that are training for bikini can't let themselves get too muscular.
Yeah, sure.
And you guys have seen a leg workout where she killed it a while back.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna see the way that she trains her shoulders, much like a bodybuilder, which is how I think that you guys should train anyway. A lot of focus on laterals. Form is very important. And I'm gonna take her through it, push her through it hard. A little bit of instruction that I'll give to the camera, but most of it's just gonna be me pushing her through a hard workout. And we're at Busybody, of course, Busybody East. We're gonna go in right now and kill it. All right, so we're gonna start out. She doesn't really get to use machine lateral raises too often where she trains. Very, very basic, which is good because the basics are the best, but since she has access to it today, we're just gonna get some blood going with 4 sets of 20 reps, lightweight, strict form, conservative, very minimal breaks. So 15-second break in between, and then going in again just to get the blood flowing. And so when you hold these, you just want your elbows to be back as far as they can be, where your hand is comfortable, of course, holding it. And you're just basically coming straight up. Nice and smooth and rhythmic. And you can go a little bit faster than that, but we're gonna keep it in a good rhythm just to keep the blood flowing in here. Perfect. You can see she's really lean. You can see all the fibers and the delts coming out of here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Awesome. So we're gonna keep the weight super conservative because it's all about just getting the blood going. And we're gonna go right back in there and do the same thing. Good. Good. Good, come on. Keep going. Keep going. 4 more. 3. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Rest. So this, again, this is all just to get blood going. We always want to stress the medial delt as much as possible because that's what gives you the most width. All right, again, same thing, 20 reps. We're gonna move through these faster. Good. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on, I got you. Give me 1 more, I'm gonna lower it. Good. Keep going. Good. Good. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Good. So you see that fast pace. That fast pace, even with the light weight, fatiguing her fast. But you're gonna see as the workout goes on how much blood we get in there, especially because she's been able to eat a little bit since the show.
We just started. I already feel it.
Good. 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 Keep going. Halfway done. Good. Good. Keep going. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Perfect. Moving on. Same thing. We're still getting a lot of blood into the area before we get into like the heavy bread and butter stuff. So we're gonna do posterior delts, high pulls. Very important when you do these that you keep your wrists turned completely in or pronated, as we say, but you're gonna really, really accentuate it. So when you do this, the elbows are rotating all the way out. And what happens is the whole entire delt is rotating out as well. That's what's very important. Once you're in this position and the posterior delts are out and ready to engage, you're using the posterior delt. You're not using your arms and your back. So this is why lightweight is important. I see people putting heavy weight on and they're just yanking it back with their back. Your traps are really strong and they're gonna take over. So the key is to do it slow and steady and strict, pulling high. You'll feel it in your posterior delt, how far back you can go, where you feel the muscle really, really contracting as it comes back. And it's all about engaging this little tiny muscle back here, which you'll see because she's lean when she does it. So we're gonna do the same thing again with a 20 reps. We're focusing right here. Perfect. Good. And you just pull your elbows a little higher. Yep, right there. You can see her posterior delts are very developed. Good. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Now, quick rest. When you're doing these, this is what I want you to do as far as your rest period goes. Grab onto something like this. This is a very active stretch technique, and you're just gonna pull your body weight in like this. So you're basically, the old-fashioned way is just pulling your arm across, but when you do this, you can really, really pull. So we're gonna do this on both sides, just for about 10 seconds, just to really, really pull that stretch. And this will also stretch your lat a little bit as well, and then you can really accentuate it, which I'll show you on this side. When you pull now, if you really want to accentuate it even more, turn your body towards me, and now sit down into it a little bit more, and you'll feel this pull through even into the lat a little bit more. But you really want to pull like that, and feel this stretch through here. And now we're gonna get back into it again. Good. You can see her posterior delts are awesome. Good. Good. Little slower. Good. Good. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. This one is it's all about the form. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. All right, so my favorite one is the dumbbell side lateral raise. Lots of different ways. Standing, seated, one arm at a time, both arms at a time. I say do them all. For the sake of this video, we're gonna do them standing, both arms at the same time. What kind of weight do you normally start out with?
I would start like 15 just to make sure I'm...
All right, well, let's start with 10 just because I already had you get a lot of blood going. Make sure the form is really strict. And we're gonna shoot for a 12 to 15 rep range with these, but I'm okay with, on the last set, her failing around 10 if we have to. We just want to keep the form more strict. Good. 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 Right here. 2 more. 1 more. Good. What's like your max weight?
25. You go to 20?
It's awesome. You know, like...
Good. I feel little.
Yeah, but you know what it is you're very lean and you're very sucked down. And you know what? You actually look like a bigger bikini competitor.
Yeah.
Which is essentially where, you know, wellness is going.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, you know, like the girl that won the overall has some big ass legs. But, you know, it's just truly impossible to achieve that look without, you know what I mean? And the look that you have is extremely impressive. And the balance aspect of it is really impressive. Like, you don't have, like, an area that's weak now.
It's just here, yeah.
Which is very good. Good. Keep your arms a little straighter. There you go. I know it's harder. There you go. Nice. Keep going. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. 2 more. 1 more. Awesome. We're going to go 25 on the last set. Just to make it a little bit harder, get a little bit more blood in there. Also, keep in mind that she just went through all of this intense prep for the Arnold, so I don't want to kill her in the gym today. That would be a very bad idea. So those of you who are watching this, the week after your show, yeah, you've eaten a lot of food, you're excited, you want to go in there and kill it. Don't go in and try to break records in the gym. Your body is depleted, it's dehydrated, it's broke down.
You feel it.
You do not want to go in and attack the gym the same way after a competition. It's very dangerous. So, this last set, what we're going to do is we're going to go heavy. We're going to do the 25s, and I'm going to have her bust out a set of 10, which I know that she can do fine. She could probably get loose on her form and squeeze out a few more, which is okay, but for the point of this workout, I'm going to have her do the 25s for 10, and then she's going to drop down to 10s, and she's going to keep her arms really, really, really straight and try to really just focus on getting more blood in there. So when you're going hard and you're starting to fatigue and your arms start to bend a little more, what happens is the more that they start to bend, the more your shoulders and traps start to really engage. So when you go super light and then you're able to come really, really far out, you can really concentrate on the medial head, flexing and getting that burn. Come on. 1 more. Good. Now we're going to drop down. Grab those 10s. Nope, 10s. Super strict. Come on. Keep those arms nice and straight. Good. All the way out. Keep going. The last of these, come on. One more. Good. And like I said, this is right after the Arnolds. You don't want to be freaking killing yourself in the gym. Just getting blood back in there. All right, so rest for a second. We're gonna do one more quote unquote mass building exercise, which is really not. We're just really focusing on the heads, the medial and posterior heads of the delt. The front, the anterior delt, gets contraction all the time. It gets contraction on all your chest exercises. It gets contraction anytime you press anything over your head. Even when you're moving anything across your body, you're always working the anterior delt. Even when you're picking something up, you're working your anterior delt. Even when you're doing biceps and you're starting and getting into that position, you're engaging the anterior delt. So to do a lot of focus on anterior delts doesn't make as much sense when you're doing all that other stuff. If you're never pressing, right? If you're somebody that's got injuries, you can't press, you can't do all these things, then absolutely focus on lots of anterior delt exercises, which she does anyway. And it's just like with the dumbbells, instead of going to the side or the rear, you're coming to the front. Same thing with the cables, you're coming to the front. For the sake of this workout, we're hitting the medial and posterior because those are the muscles that really need to be defined and built to cap out the look, to give you that width that you want and the appearance of a smaller waist. And at the end, then she's gonna press when everything is fatigued so those muscles can engage a little bit more. So what we're gonna do now is the bent over dumbbell lateral raise, which hits the posterior delt, the back of the delts the most. So you're bent all the way over. So normal side lateral, you're coming straight out. Bent over, you're gonna be in this position. Always have your spine in this safe position, not hunched at all. And where you're coming is right out with the delts to really get that contraction in the posterior delt. Now I've seen some people keep their hands neutral like this. I've seen some people turn their hands in more. The most important thing, guys, is getting that posterior delt to contract, because what happens is, and you can see I have a lot of injuries, so this is difficult for me, it's easy to just squeeze your back and just pull with your back. So you've got to have the elbows forward, right? And really, really concentrate on getting this posterior delt to engage first, not just squeezing back, which is also why I recommend a little bit lighter weight. So for these, just like the side laterals, it's gonna be the same thing. We're going 4 sets in that 12 to 15 range.
So I was even looking at, like, you can see my hamstring from the side, and again, first 3 they were like stacked. But the other ones, I'm like, I don't even see like the lines, but I will say their mass is so much greater than mine. I couldn't even.
The 4th place competitor, I really didn't get. Condition wasn't as good as yours. Size wasn't really that impressive either. And then the 5th place one, it was just another one that I didn't really get. And then I think they called out 6 or 7 in the first group. And the last 2 that they called out really were odd because one was jacked, was older, jacked and shredded. She had some like strange distension in her lower body. And then the other one just had an ugly shape. Really ugly shape. She looked like European or something.
Yeah, sure.
I really didn't get that one.
Yeah.
So first 3, jacked.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%. I agree.
Like no doubt on that at all. When you came out in the second call out and they moved you around, I mean, like when we were watching, we were like, well, she clearly has the best condition in this group.
Yeah.
And your size was good in that group too. There were some girls that were just a little soft.
Yeah.
So I think, if you kept on, if you went into a proper off season now and kept on building your lower body more.
Sure. We didn't. We just were like, we have to go down and hopefully we can like build a little bit.
I think by the end of the year, if you could get back on stage again and have the legs match that is needed with everything else. Good. 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 Stay bent over a little bit more. Good. 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 Go 4 more. 3. 2 more. 1 more. Come on. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Very good. So we're gonna do a dumbbell press, guys. I've been showing you this for years in my shoulder videos. I don't like you to be completely 90 degrees. I'd like you to be back at a slight angle like this, really pressed in, chest up. Now when you put the bench in this position, you're locked in the spot where it's safer, where you're not gonna externally rotate your shoulders and risk injury the same way, because you're locked in slightly in front. And what's good about this is as you're pressing, just being slightly in front like this, you're gonna engage the chest just a little bit, this upper part of your chest, which ladies, even if you have implants, well, if they're over the muscle, then it doesn't matter. But you don't have to worry about stimulating this upper portion of your body. In fact, it'll actually even look good. And I think that this is extremely important. It's not only beneficial, but it's important to know, men and women, that yes, you're gonna stimulate this a little bit more, this upper portion of the chest, which I've never seen anybody be too overly developed there. And it completes everything through here, but we're actually looking at the safety aspect of it versus being all the way up and risking externally rotating your shoulders. So we're actually gonna go hard on these now. So this first set, we're just gonna do 10 reps. And so for these, we're gonna go in that old school, pushing for heavy sets of 10. And so I'm just gonna work her up. And then once she hits that heavier set, we're just gonna burn it out, and that's it. That's plenty. This is plenty for off season. Yes, you can add extra things to it, especially if you're eating a lot, more isolation work. Post show, this is plenty just to get a good pump and do a lot into that area. So 10 reps. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Good. 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 One. Perfect. So rest for a second. For these, you're able to take a little long rest. We're going to jump up to 25s on the next set. Good. 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 One more.
Why do I miss the last one every time? It's a 9. I'm like, all right, that's good. Good job. I'll just bring these over.
On your own, how heavy have you pressed on those?
Recently. How about that? Recently, I can probably go up to 40 without a problem.
Okay.
Back in the day, it's a different story.
We really don't want to like
Yeah.
overdo you in the depleted state, especially also with your stomach being screwed up.
Yeah.
You know, the idea is to get a good pump, feel good, move some things around, circulate your blood, get a good video, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not to kill you, you know, like in the off season.
Yeah, right.
That would be a very bad idea. How many people actually were there?
I had no one in the stands. I couldn't have anyone. So
believe.
it was like this huge arena and just us. But like honestly, I didn't even look at the stands until like I walked away because you're looking at the judges.
Yeah.
You're not even looking. And then when I got off, I was like, I just want to look. I see this huge stand. I'm like, oh, it's like
that's so weird.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of the girls. Like I have a friend, Michelle, who's a pro figure competitor. And she was like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
You know, just like complete silence, nobody out there.
And I had one friend who like already knew that like she was allowed to go back there or whatever. So all I hear in the end is, go Lexi! And like nobody else.
Yeah, it's super.
I'm like, okay, thank you.
All right, back at it again. Here we go. What I'm gonna have you do on this one is we're gonna go 35s. We're gonna press them out. We're gonna shoot for 10 good reps.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have you drop all the way down to 15. Last set.
Sir.
Let's go. Good. 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 Come on. Good. Come on. Give me one more like that. I just want one more like that. Right up. Good. Throw those down. Now we'll just bust out some reps. Come on.
How does so little feel so heavy?
Good. 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 Keep going. Give me 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Perfect.
Oh my god. That's the worst. The lightweight is just like...
And that is plenty for anybody, especially first workout back in the gym after a show. Let's see where we have decent lighting in here. I think this is good here.
Yeah.
And we'll come through it like you're on stage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you do this in my story too.
Yeah.
All right, and that was shoulders right after a show where you don't want to go too crazy with my wellness competitor, Absolute Mermaid. Please follow her, and we'll see what happens next. We're going to keep on putting some muscle on for the rest of the year. Maybe see her back on stage. Same condition, a little bit bigger legs. They want those big legs and wellness. But you got to have the condition too. Thank you very much to Busybody, and that's it. I'm very, very happy, by the way. If I haven't said this enough, I'm super proud of her, and I love the package that she brought. So we're super, super happy. And that is it. Peace out, bye.